Hello, Mr. Scott.
Good morning, Nancy Jean. Good morning, everyone. Karen, hi. You were just saying something about Greenland there. You want to just express your knowledge of what you were saying?
Well, with all the stuff coming about, should Greenland be its, first of all, Trump didn't know Greenland wasn't its own place. But anyway, there's less than 700,000 residents of and the entire island that are permanent residents that are residents of Greenland. And they're like, they're not a territory because they can't be and be in the UN, although we have territories. Don't ask me how we get away with that. But they're like a sub-state. So they're not like officially part of the whole thing of Denmark. And so some of what's come out in all of this, should Greenland be Greenland, was people in Greenland found out how much Denmark takes out in minerals and how much it benefits by having Greenland. And it's not sharing back with the 700,000 people. Maybe it's 680,000 people that live there. So those people got it in their heads. Maybe we should just take and become our own country because we could. They're taking enough money that they could support themselves as a country.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically viewed, I believe, as a negotiating ploy to get Denmark to cut them more of their own money back. So.
Okay. Thanks for the question, Laura. Okay. Since we don't have a lot of questions put down yet, let's try a weekly insights again. A few cards for each week for the next month and see if we can gather any insight of what's may or may not happen with the craziness. I mean, it's so crazy every day. It's like, well, what kind of question can you actually come up with? Because it's going to be crazy next day.
Yeah. Well, what we did, I'm at the end of my tarot classes. So these are not the classes part. These are where the people come back and if they want to, they can practice reading. And we had everybody that was there, and there were 9 or 10 of us there. We all threw 3 cards on Trump's coming week. Now, mind you, before this, we've been throwing an hour and a half worth of sunlight and the sun and the 10 of cups. I mean, because we're all asking about questions around ourselves. We asked around him, and all of a sudden the devil was there. The tower was there. I mean, it was really 10 of wands, 9 of swords, 10 of swords. I mean, it was really grim. And everybody's kind of like, can you believe what we're seeing? And I said, now you know how we all felt in November when we were seeing something, and then, something else was there. So we don't see good times ahead. So are we just asking for the whole of the U.S.?
Yeah, just our insights with the government and what's going on.
Okay.
Oh. This week looks like a big week for me.
Yeah, this one is for me too.
I got a Tower, Knight of Swords, and the Sun.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of failures here. What's going on with drastic changes?
Mm-hmm.
Some swift actions with the Knight of Swords, and then Sun. We're gonna be seeing a lot of things in the news.
Well, I can show you what I got.
I don't think it's bad for us.
All of us.
Like exposures, like maybe the courts are going to be blasting him even more.
Okay, what I got is some woman's upside down. She's not happy with these guys. And then I've got complete change. This is the death card in a normal deck. This is complete and utter change. And then all of a sudden everybody's looking in the cups and going, oh my God, we're crying over spilt milk. We're really upset. Going to lead to some serious changes, but it's all for the good. The outcome of it's good. Now the 4 of cups, 4 of wands.
Usually that's a good card, yeah.
It's a good card, but all these are like, oh my God, if I saw that coming up, I think I'd tell y'all I'm retiring and going to bed for a week.
Oh.
You want to do one more?
Is that just for this week or?
That's just this week.
Yeah, I have 3 cards put down for each week.
Okay. What's your next week look like?
Next week, 8 of coins. That's continual work. Things from the past coming back to haunt things, and then the page of coins. So we got an offer. We have new things coming from continual hard work. And it's in relationship to things done in the past. Who is that? Who is that? To me, it feels like the foundations that have always come up in the past, like the rule of law, the way the government works. But so then I had the page of coins establishing it. So it's like there's going to be some kind of offers coming to cool things down, I think, a little bit. What do you see?
We were prepared. They absolutely are really, really upset about that they were not at all prepared. There's no temperance being shown on one end, but by the middle of that week, justice is striking. It's looking for the best outcome. I read 5 of Swords differently. I think you pull the best sword and you polish it up and make it your best, but there's still going to be a lot of people not happy. But these two show they're trying to balance out from this, and justice being in the middle. I think we had a couple questions in here about will the courts hold? I think the courts will hold.
Good news there.
Okay, next week?
Let's see. That would be, what is that? 16, 17. So now we're coming into April.
Okay, that's the week that's going to end with the universal strike on April 5th.
So I got a 10 of Swords coming in. And then 4 of Cups and then 10 of Cups. So we're going to have some good news coming in, I think, here. So the 10 of Swords, you're going to get stabbed in the back. You're going to get a lot of bad things happening. So this is coming in I'm always thinking about what's going on with the crazy, right?
Right.
So the crazy is going to get hit hard. There's going to be a pause. You got to think about what to do, whatever, but it's going to be a successful outcome. I think this also has to do with the courts and everything. So I think there's going to be good news coming in, more disastrous blows to the administration.
Well, what I see is they're being offered a proposition they don't want. They got the Knight of Cups. They're emotionally not ready for this at all. But this week, what's good for us overall is the High Priestess shows up. Our intuition, the higher spirit, begins to show where it is. And also, people are beginning to seize their own power, and it's being felt. The 10 of Cups reversed right side up or upside down. It's better. That means things are getting better on the home front. And for the first time, people are going to say, maybe we can control this. So I think that's a good read for the U.S.
I think so.
Okay, last week?
So around tax day, around that week, I got really good news coming. Ace of Pentacles is prosperity. Queen of Coins and 2 of Cups.
I got the Ace of Pentacles right in the middle of that week.
Right. That shows stability. It shows craftiness. It shows a female leader coming in with a promise. That's what I was getting from the 2 of Cups here. Promise. So prosperity, something big is going to be happening here. Like the chaos is dwindling. Feeling.
Yeah, I got that. Starts off with everybody's kind of sick of this. They want to get out of this. Nobody getting along. But It's not a lot of long-term planning, but someone showing up with some planning that's been pushed towards this. What we got is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a wonderful week. The government is sitting right side up and figuring out which way to go. And the moon is passing away. The depression, the fear of the moon is passing away. So my best things are her, the high priestess showing up in that week alongside the magician. People are finally figuring out how it works, how to get it to work. And that could be more Republicans leaving. A week ago it was that the state senator of Utah just pulled out of the whole damn party and wrote a pretty scathing summary. I'm coming back to the screen, Scott. That's why I'm putting my cards up.
Mm-hmm.
But be interesting. As I was telling Scott, I'm at the end of my teaching my tarot class, the one that started this January, and we had a just reading day where people that are in the class and a couple of other people who have taken the class before come in. We had about 10 of us there, and we've been answering each other's general questions and just practicing kind of stuff you do when you practice tarot. So finally at the end, one of the women who's a retired lawyer said, can we look at what's going to happen around Trump? And we'd all had just wonderful cards about everything through the whole evening. We get to that question, it was death. It was the Tower. It was the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Swords. It was transition, moving on, doing things differently. And we were specifically asking about the White House energy. So what do you want to know about Florida special elections?
So that's coming up April 1st.
That'll be in that time frame then. Do you want it?
The one in Gates's district and the one for Walsh's district down south.
Okay. So you want to split them into two readings?
Yeah.
First is Gates's.
Yeah, because I can't remember who's running right now, but yeah. But
we'll just say,
Gates's.
Will the Democrat win in Gates's district? Is that the question we're asking?
Yeah, let's do that. And then will the Democrat win in Walsh's district? Okay. Will the Democrat win? One of them's Gabe Valtamort or something.
I have no idea. I have enough trouble following Texas stuff. I got a yes and a no. It's still too close to call. I got emotionally, the district's kind of in the right mood, but it's the leadership and having the initiative to do it. If one of the candidates is a woman, she has a slightly better chance. But this is where it gets iffy. They haven't been clear about what they really want to get done. But this could be a good card for the district. It's going to get out of jail. It gets out of the 8 of Swords. So looking at just that card with the other ones in front of it, I'd say the Dem has a really good chance.
Yeah. If I took 3 cards down, I'd say definitely yes. But then I'm like, well, give me 2 clarifiers.
And it made it unclear.
So I get justice, bringing balance to the 2 Congress and whatnot. The world, completion, it's a good card, success. And then the Knight of Wands, there's plenty of energy for it. So I'm like, okay, 2 more cards to give me clarity. Then I have 5 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. Returning back to the chaos. So in the current energy, it's close, but it would return back to the Gates type of chaos. So something to check in next week on a different energy, because you're talking highly Republican seats, and the flip is going to be really hard, right?
The one that's downstate, I just see that has not been well organized. They weren't ready for it. They thought we're going to walk in and everybody's going to understand what's going on. I got no, 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 no. And the only yeses at the end is there is a way to salvage it if people are affected enough to see it differently. But right now it's a big no, the way the votes are lined up to go to the polls. The Dems just aren't reaching their voters.
Okay.
And Lord knows I lived in that Democratic Party long enough.
Huh.
What'd you get?
So again, I get the world
Mhm.
completely shuffled. So fulfillment success. There's
Mhm.
8 of Wands. There's good energy there. And then 4 of Swords. So that could mean like 2, yeah. The Democrats aren't really getting out there
Mm-hmm.
doing it. My clarifiers are 10 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles. Doing the hard work and happiness, achievements.
Mm-hmm.
According to this throw, right now, that seat has a better chance. According to my throw here.
Well, we'll see who's right. Mine was like, maybe it's just they're going to do a last minute, let's win one for the Gipper kind of thing. But Jesus.
2 more I pulled is High Priestess and Queen of Pentacles. So right now, I think that seat's got a decent.
Does it have a woman running in that seat?
I got a woman too. One of them is. I for sure. I can't remember the other one. I know that one's a gay Velamort or something like that. That's a female. I don't know who the other one is. But the one in, I guess the one in New York isn't until November.
Oh, yeah, because they stalled it off.
They stalled. She's not even in her position yet.
Yeah. Well, if she's in a federal position, she has to be out of her. She can't serve in both branches.
Right. Oh gosh, a lot of questions. Will the tech lead be successful? Okay, I'll star a couple quick.
Why don't we let Scott star? April 5th. If you've been one of those people who said, I really need to get out there and do something, April 5th is going to be a national day to get out on the streets. And the groups that are organizing it are Indivisibles, which I was around some when they started forming in 2017. I helped some indivisible groups get started. And those are not aligned with a political party necessarily. And the other one is 5051.com. And that one has they're supposed to be posting where you can go to things, where you can help with things. Who used to organize marches cannot walk. So, I'm like useless. But I can go stand. And so my daughter and I are going to find one in our area to go to and see if there's going to be one big one. But I'm really go look at 50501.com or indivisible.com, or go to anyone who may be connected to the political system and ask them where they know there's going to be something. But their aim is to have as many Americans out on the street on April 5th. It's a Saturday. And I have nothing to do with it. And trust me, I make no money off any of this crap. So.
Okay. This is Scary Godmother said Senate race, but it's SCOTUS. The Wisconsin SCOTUS race.
It's
one your son's working on, Crawford and Schimmel.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, because I've seen him with Crawford signs behind him.
So, how is Wisconsin going to do here in a few weeks?
I read on it yesterday, just as a mother's idle curiosity, what are my kids up to? And where Sean is, it looks good. I don't know, we all have had a lot of elections up there, so.
Yeah. Well, from history, off presidential elections, usually about 50% of the people come out.
Yeah, but you elected a woman Democrat last time.
Last year, yeah, pretty easily. But that other guy was a really bad human being. Schimmel is similar, but not as bad. So maybe people.
Well, from what I understand, his advertising is pretty outrageous. So.
Right. Okay.
I mean, this woman, according to him, did everything but run an abortion clinic.
Yeah, they're bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Schimmel.
It's still up in the air, but my out card is you're going to get what you want. Right now, it's that people want someone who's going to be fair in the position of a judge, and they also want justice. And I think they don't feel like they get it from Republicans.
Yeah. My cards aren't definitive.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm voting for Crawford, so I don't want to influence my read, but I got 3 of Pentacles. The Democrats are doing the hard work for Crawford. 10 of Cups is a happy family, good fortune. But then I got the 9 of Swords. The Democrats are worried. I have Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups in her, and then the Hermit Reflection. So I think they're still in a time of how to change the messaging, how to advertise and whatnot. So the Democrat side is worried here with that anxieties. On the Schimmel side, it's all about the lies and deceit.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's all about the lies and deceit. But then I got Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, and Ace of Wands. So there's strong messaging there. There's good energy on that side for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're going to start doing a more feminine approach for the Queen of Wands. So I think maybe I'm going to randomly just cut the deck to see if I can get any more clarity. 1 more each.
Confusion.
And then Schimmel. Doesn't say much different.
That puts us in the most frightening position of all. We have to let the voters decide. And we don't know where the heads are at.
I mean, Wisconsin's purple. It's usually really close. Last year's Supreme Court wasn't close. Like I said, that guy was really bad. They came out for Janet really well.
Or they voted against. The problem is people have to understand people will vote. If someone's really bad, they'll crawl through the snow to go vote against somebody. But if somebody's really a good candidate, I feel like it.
But yeah, Schimmel's big money, Elon's money, whatever. They hit the ads pretty hard and bad, against Crawford. So she came out a little late as far as the ads I seen. So,
maybe if she emphasizes in the next 2 weeks as Elon's going down, the same brains that gave you those ads are going down.
It's something to check on next week, I think. Yeah, we still got 1 more week before voting, but it's a toss-up yet. Like pretty much every presidential election in Wisconsin is decided by 10,000 votes, so it's always close. What is Susie Wiles talking to the feds? Susie Wiles is his chief of staff. I guess I don't understand that one.
There's a bunch of readers who are saying there's an insider who's becoming a whistleblower, and they keep seeing a woman.
Oh.
So,
So we think,
Well, Susie Wiles, she's talking to the feds every day. She's in the middle of the government. I mean, that's a hard question to answer.
let me think. So Susie Wiles is supposedly a whistleblower for Cash Patel's Cash Patel's FBI, huh? I'll do 3 cards. What the heck on that? Is Susie Wild?
I'm just going to ask, is she turning on Trump? Because talking to the feds does me no good.
Yeah.
In theory, she wouldn't be doing her job unless she was talking to someone.
The only thing I got is she's doing her best to keep that somewhat sane, but she's losing. I got nothing of whistleblowing.
I didn't get whistleblowing, but she realizes nothing she's doing makes a bit of difference.
Yeah. I got 8 of coins. She's doing the hard work. 3 of coins, trying to do things the best way she can, she's taking charge the best she can. But it's failing. I don't see a whistleblower. I think she is trying to keep out of the chaos and working pretty hard. So I don't have a whistleblower card. And then the other one, Marco. What's up with Marco? Soul to soul. Same with that Waltz dude, whoever, I can't remember what position he got. He's defense or something too. He was in the House. He was the chair of the defense committee or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, actually a good guy. And now all they do is go on Fox News now and talk BS. It's a three-ring circus, right? Right, Rose? And Marco, soul to soul.
Oh dear. Oh dear, Marco.
Oh, Marco got a tower.
And he's going to get it for not having followed no matter what line he follows, which line? I mean, which story do you believe today? And yeah, he's not going to achieve anything.
Marco. Ooh. Ace of Wands, he's trying to be a team player. He's traveling. 6 of Swords, he's trying to make things better. But then the 5 of Wands comes in. He's got a lot of obstacles and conflicts to deal with. But then I have my Duchess card, which is the Empress Star, and then the Hermit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like his better judgments. I think he's doing a little insert. What you're seeing in public is not what he feels. He's actually a better person deep down rather than the sycophant you see on. So then I clarified a few cards. The Moon, the Death card, and my Heartbreak card. He could be leaving.
Mm-hmm.
He could be kicked out with the death, the ending of a situation. The Moon is deep, dark depressions. Maybe it gets to him. All the sycophantic things it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's broken and tossed aside here. So maybe his deep, dark, depressional thoughts get to him and he can't handle it. I mean, we've seen him depressional at that speech with his thing.
Oh, God. Have you ever seen a worse portrait of a human other than in
pretty much
one of the guy that painted Starry, Starry Night, other than the little howling man going,
Did you see all the immigrants came back from Guantanamo?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Doge on that? Waste of money.
Well, I don't know if you followed the story Rachel had on her show on Friday night, but it's a immigrant family, and I don't know if the parents were here legally, illegally, stayed over their visas, whatever. But they ran a kebab shop, and their kids who were all born here, the son had to be 30 plus that was talking to them. Anyway, they arrested both his parents. And they've now let his father out with an ankle bracelet, but they're keeping his mother in jail. And she's like, you know, the whole city, it's a small town, and the whole town has raised up and said, let him out. They're not doing anything. You're just doing this to be mean. And
it's craziness. Yeah.
well, they arrested a couple who apparently had outstayed visas if they had them. A Mexican couple, they were from Mexico. They arrested them in the ambulance that they were taking their 10-year-old daughter to get further treatment for her brain cancer. The daughter is a U.S. citizen. They sent all three of them to Mexico.
Rose Blue said someone's out now in New Jersey. Okay. People said email has been released.
He's out. He's got an ankle monitor, but the wife isn't.
Yeah, you're right, Indigo Child. Cruelty is the point. Just destroy the economy and hurt people. Okay, Liz is wondering, what's Newsom's future now that he's having these clown shows on their podcast? He started a podcast.
Yep.
For some reason.
Why not? Ted Cruz has one.
Well, they only work 130 days a year, so.
Got to do something to fill his time. And he can't keep going to Cancun. He doesn't stay there long enough.
He's probably banned from Cancun. What's Newsom's future doing this podcast? It's not a good look.
Well, I went to my Life is Like a Board Game.
Mm-hmm.
And I had his first one is win or lose. He's in the 5 of Swords. He's not dealing with either side, honestly. He's trying to think of if he's trying to move to a new position in society. He got 6 of Swords. And then his third card is the 7 of Swords, which is something shady. And he's doing it because he wants to try new partners and new ways to do things. Remember, he was also married to that creepy woman that is still dating Don Jr. So.
Yeah. Supposedly that's how he got in contact with Bannon through Kimberly.
And this is not a good idea. What he's doing. And what's his future? I think it's when you show you're that much of a turncoat, neither side trusts you.
True. Some reason in the past year it feels like he wanted to appeal to the right side.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a temperance lovers and 10 of swords. So in his lane before, loved by the left, he didn't like the hatred on the other side. So then I'm getting success in government. The Hierophant, Page of Wands, and 10 of Coins. So I'm feeling success there in the current energy of being a governor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oop, what did I do? Good. Okay, moving forward. King of Wands, 5 of Cups, 9 of Swords. What he's doing is not favorable.
Mm-hmm.
Not favorable at all. His ingenuity, him being the King of Wands, it's a huge loss with the 5 of Swords, and then the 9 of Swords is giving that anxieties to his previous electorate. In the end, though, I get Queen of Coins, 3 of Cups, 6 of Wands, and the Star. However he's playing this out may be to his advantage, according to my outcome cards.
That's what he thinks. That's his calculation.
That's what the future shows anyway. It shows that somehow it's going to come to his advantage. Right now, he's not very liked. Maybe later on, he's going to flip the script in a podcast or something to show these guys are clowns or something like that.
Well, I went over and I really looked at what they said. I tried to give it an open forum. They're effed. But he won't put the effed because...
Who is? Newsom is, or these other guys?
Newsom will. He'll say, I looked at it closely. Well, we just had the guy who's been mayor in Dallas is a nonpartisan situation. But the guy who's the mayor of Dallas right now, he was a Democrat. I saw him. I talked to him and his wife. He put his wife to work in the Obama campaign in 2008. And he this last spring came out as a Republican. And, you know, everybody was like, really? And he's got the kind of life history that should not go that way because he grew up. I know exactly where he grew up. I know people who grew up with him. And he did get to Harvard Law School. And he's a very, very smart guy in all other concerns, but he's incredibly ambitious.
This is true, Easy.
Mm-hmm.
You should stop it, but it's his choice, and we'll see. But we'll find out if he's got a plan at the end of this.
We'll see if the Californians will hold his feet to the fire or not.
So yeah, it's in California. It's not good to suck up to the right wing nuts. Okay. Katie Porter announces she's going to run for governor.
Well, good.
Liz wants to know what's her chances. What's Katie Porter's current chances to be governor of California? Yeah, I'm disappointed too. It's great. I haven't listened to any of them, Liz. I want nothing to do with Kirk or Bannon.
I wondered where I hadn't heard much about Bannon recently.
It's unbelievable he's not in prison. Cannot believe that outcome. Katie Porter.
Oh, she's got a great chance, according to my cards. She's holding tight right now. She's in control. She got the 4 of Pentacles. The Sun, right side up or upside down, is always a yes card. She knows it's going to be a heavy lift because of what you went through fighting Adam Schiff. But she has developed affection and creative energy throughout the state. And people want her vision of California. That's the 10 of Cups. So she could run tomorrow. And if Newsom stays on this trajectory, there's going to be a hole.
So right now I'm getting she would be a top 2.
Mm-hmm.
If they take the top 2, it doesn't matter what party. I did get the 10 of Cups too in the current energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's by the 7 of Wands and the 2 of Wands. So creating partnerships and whatnot. And then moving forward, I got the 9 of Cups. That's my Democrat card. It's a party card.
Mm-hmm.
The Fool, taking a leap, and then the 9 of Coins. So I think she's got backing.
Mhm.
Got Democrats, but then the end, I get the Tower,
Mhm.
the Empress, the Five of Wands, and Nine of Wands. That's showing she wouldn't fulfill the ending. I think she's there, but then the ending, she would not win, especially with a Tower.
No, electing a woman like her, electing someone who's so not part of the real power structure of the state. I mean, we see her as powerful, but she's not part of the inside of what runs that state. That could be a Tower if she was to
Right.
get.
I got the Five of Wands too.
That's false fights. And that's what they do. I mean, they throw up all kinds of crap.
Nine of Wands would be kind of like defending your
territory.
Your territory, you said. So the Empress is good. She would have backing, but the current energy now is like, she feels like she'd be the top two for the final, but someone else. And as of the current energy, 18 months away.
That's right.
Katie Porter wins. Carrie's moving back. Just not on the coast, Carrie. They got fires. They got earthquakes. Junebug. We looked at that earlier. The Supreme Court. It's too close to call yet. Check it next week.
So make your plans now to go vote for the candidate you want. And if you're watching us, we think we know who it is. And just keep your head low and your instincts clear.
Okay. Correct. Newsom cannot run again, so it's wide open. So I've seen reports. It's unclear, but there's a Navy destroyer that Grass Valley area. Okay, Carrie. They sent a Navy destroyer, and I think it's in the Gulf. Wonder if it has something to do with Panama, or it could be something to do with immigrants. I don't know. But supposedly there's a Navy destroyer out in the Gulf. It would make more sense to do something with Panama because they keep threatening. So, what's up with the Panama Canal thing in 45? Is there any military plans or that we enacted?
I'm just going to ask if there's going to be a change in the Panama Canal.
Okay. What's going to happen with the Panama?
I'm glad that lady's out. Thank you, people I see in chat. I didn't watch the news yesterday. I was building grids. I built 6 grids yesterday.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes, and one of them I taped, and it's going to be a show. So.
Panama Canal. Tell me the story. I think it's all, well, the current cards I get in the current situation is Page of Cups, 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups. That's all illusions, lies and deceit. Trying to cause a fight for no reason. Maybe if you show strength, kind of like would Panama step aside kind of feeling.
What are they going to do? Send out their 3 paddle boats to get it? I mean, really?
Then I get, moving forward, the 9 of Cups, Ace of Swords, and 2 of Wands. So that feels like there could be some kind of agreement. some kind of freed from power kind of feeling, a breakthrough. In the end, it does nothing with the Five of Cups. That's a loss. Judgment upon the United States. Three of Coins, some kind of deal maybe made, and then the Moon. This whole thing just feels like a power grab, a show of strength, trying to force things that shouldn't be happening.
Mm-hmm.
So my current energy doesn't see anything that'll take over the Panama Canal or anything like that.
Mine is the Six of Swords upside down. Nobody's moving anywhere. Nothing's really changing, but it's to stress everyone out and make them think, look, we can make big changes. This is the Hangman reversed. And he can't. I don't think he should be allowed to try and take over the Panama Canal till he can, without another person sitting next to him, point where it is in the world.
That'd be nice. Yeah, something like that. It's just delusional PR stunt. Throw the whole world into chaos and distract from how bad he's doing everything. Trump's executive orders are just sharts.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I farted and then actually shit. Yeah, I seen he owes taxes in Panama, or he lost his towers there or something.
No, the people who lived in the tower voted to take his name off of it.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he probably didn't build them or own them. He probably put his name on there for leasing money or something.
Did you ever see that movie Tom Hanks was in where he ended up living at the airport?
Yeah.
Okay. That's sort of what happened to that poor woman from Canada. I mean, they couldn't get into Canada and she couldn't get back in the US, and I don't know where the hell she's living now. She's British. She was walking across the US. She's
the backpacker. Yeah, they detained her for.
Well, it was Canada said no, her papers weren't in order in the first place. And they just assumed she could go back and, well, I don't think they'll be doing that anytime soon.
This is true. We'd all like to just remove his name from our lives and be better.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked about the oligarchs and chaos. They think they rule by propaganda when they convince you need to have this, you need to have that. But I think they've seen that people have looked inside their tent, and we know what they're doing. And a lot of people are waking up to what they've been doing for a long time.
Okay. Okay, we looked at that. Okay. Well, felon 45, listen to any court orders besides SCOTUS. They appeal everything.
Well, except when they appealed that they couldn't, when people appealed to the courts and said they can't lock us out of the funds we need to pay our workers because that's already money the government's already sent. And the judge said, no, you can't freeze those bank accounts. Well, the banks can't freeze those bank accounts. Now they can say it's an ongoing lawsuit, but they have to have a ruling that says they can freeze the bank accounts so they can pay them. I mean, they just want you to think you're right. It's going to come down to weak-kneed Roberts and Clarence Thomas, ripoff artist of all time, and Alito, who wants to be Pope. But well, you know, he won't listen if SCOTUS doesn't rule the way he wants him to rule. Do you think he's going to listen to SCOTUS?
Yeah, he's going to have to.
Why?
Then we're in trouble if they don't.
That's called a constitutional crisis, and you think we're not in one now?
Yeah, we are. No, they're just gonna they're creating chaos in the courts, as we can see. We're going down dark times. We're going down dark times with the judicial system. But Trump administration will fail in the courts according to these cards. Have a little patience, all the decisions will happen, and then there will be a tower. So I think SCOTUS will do the right thing on those few.
Well, Gavin's losing friends as we speak in the chat, I tell you.
Gavin Newsom?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I live in CA and I don't like it at all.
Any common sense Democrat can see that. But I don't know, for some reason, my cards today feel like there's an end game.
It's coming. It's coming soon.
Like he might have a bunch of retards on, right-wing lazies, and then the end he may explain why he did it all, and then lay it out, something like that. Okay. Dorian, what's happening with the international community coming together with election interference? International community. Is there anything the international community can do with the Musk and Trump election? Is there anything?
If Schumer's on a tour and he's charging money, don't pay the money. Don't go on his tour. Don't give him any cash. I agree. Schumer's a disgrace, but
so in the past, I think there's evidence. So I have the dark times, some kind of dealings, documentation or something, and then the devil. So I think there's dirty evidence out there. Moving forward, I get 7 of Cups. And then my angelic card, kind of like mysteries in the universe. And then the 10 of Swords of the disaster. I'm trying to think what that means. Election interference. And then let's see my outcome. The outcome, 8 of Swords, Ace of Cups, and Page of Cups. That tells me any international community is restricted. Restricted from giving love and abundance and help and connections from doing anything. I think we have to. I think this is just so much restrictions. I think the evidence, like they found in Europe and whatnot, they know there's an interference, but I don't see how. Well, the 8 of Swords is a restriction. It's stuck. They can't help except give documentation. What do you think?
this one confuses me terribly. I don't know where people got the idea that someone was going to run in from outside this country and tell us what was wrong with inside this country. And the problem is, when I look at it, I see there's some people who have this in their mind. They want this path to go forward. They can't get it together. And then if I go by the numbers that are in my cards, I see from 5 to 9 weeks that story will break. But if it breaks, how are you going to know? How are you going to know who to trust when they tell you that stuff?
I know it's all right wingers in the White House now.
Yeah, and it's all right wingers running the press. You know, I mean the mainstream media, and then in social media, who do you trust?
That's the biggest problem.
If Facebook sends me one more handsome middle-aged man recently widowed that just wants to be my friend, I'm gonna cut off Facebook. I mean, I like seeing my grandkids and stuff, but really, they're issuing. All I want to do is sell goods now.
Tesla has almost lost 50% of its stock price.
Mm-hmm.
It goes much lower. Elon's in big trouble because all his debt is tied to his Tesla stock. How bad is it going to go for the Tesla stock? What was it? JP Morgan said it should be at like 125 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 480 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
It's well overvalued. How bad is it for the Tesla stock?
What I see is who's going to come in and try to bail them out.
Who's going to bail them out?
I don't know. I don't. My answer didn't show who was going to do it. As far as I'm concerned, at this point, Elon and his stock is a distraction. You should worry about the people who are really hurt, like the people who have been put on leave, then told to come back, then told no, don't come back. I read one of them last week. It's really kind of sad.
Oh, you got a reading or did a reading for someone?
Mm-hmm. She was telling me she got a very elaborate email that they knew what her email was and they were monitoring it, so she better not say anything to anyone. Yeah.
Wow.
Elon's just there so we don't see how absolutely batshit crazy Trump is. For entertainment purposes only.
But Nazi Elon is just as crazy.
Oh, I know. That's the deal. He's worse. I mean, he's crazier.
Have
you seen the stuff that they've done? They've taken all references off the Department of Defense websites about women soldiers, black soldiers, minority soldiers. They've taken off, when you go to Arlington, you can't see who's the distinguished graves of people that were minorities. They took them all off the whole NASA site. You can't tell which astronauts what. Because they don't want people to look and say, oh, but these people are here doing good things.
Good morning, Linda. So I get the Tesla stock is kind of like a money confusion.
Yeah. It's just a distraction.
And it's the devil. He uses it as a grift. Money confusion, using it as a grift. Finally crash. I got some decent cards otherwise, though. I mean, it's breaking. He's losing everything with the crash here. Ace of Pentacles and Three of Swords. So it's crashing. It's breaking his heart with losing all his finances. Weird. You know, I would expect, like a Ten of Swords or Tower or something if it's going to bust.
Mm-hmm.
But I get the Wheel of Fortune in the end, Seven of Cups, Page of Cups, and the World. Which is kind of weird looking at where it's going now.
Mm-hmm.
But we have completion phases. And 7 of Cups is all that glitters. It's not gold. Page of Cups, good news in the world. New opportunities. So with that 7 of Cups in there, I think it's going to get to a point where it's actually supposed to be. Because these are good cards, but the 7 of Cups makes it circle around to where it should be and not overvalued. It's going to hurt a lot of people, obviously, with their stock portfolio. So it may not crash. It's just going to get valued where it's supposed to be, I think.
Oh, I did see a Tesla dump truck car, and on the back it said "Powered by Prayer" in great big white letters. And I was driving my car, and I do not take pictures with my camera when I'm driving my car, which is probably good for everyone who drives in the Dallas area. But I could not believe it. I was just like, I was stunned. I've seen a lot of stupid shit on cars in my life, but that had to be some of the stupidest.
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to throw trade cards at. There was rumors floating around that Elon was shedding tears about his Tesla crashing.
Aw. You think he cares? Do you think he has any emotional level to care?
45?
No.
No.
The muskrat.
A muskrat cares?
Mm-hmm.
When he's not on ketamine. I think there is some truth to that. So Queen of Coins is his financials going through dark times, and here's my destruction, sadness, tear card. So in the White House, I think he was looking for some kind of clarity and balance with the. That's why his little stunt out there and getting more advertising to try to boost sales. But yeah, I think some of it was kind of true.
I have a friend who has a Tesla because his nephew bought it for him. He's an older man and retired, and he really wanted an electric car. So he's got one of the bigger ones, one of the vanny type ones. And he hasn't had it a year. And he got it before all this stuff happened. And, he's older. He's like me. He's not going to trade the car in for nothing. It drives. But he went in because he was having problems with his tires. And it ends up, the tires that come with the car when you buy it are like weighted for Hondas and stuff, not weighted for the weight of that truck. And they told him, you can't, we'll actually follow you over to the tire dealership. His tires were completely ruined. This man drives less than I do. What a POS if that's how they put these cars together.
Oh, they're falling apart. Those they're finding out it's put those tin cans, whatever that they are. I can't even think of the name right now. The cyber trucks. They're glued together, the panels, and they're just falling off.
Well, they look like coffins. I'm sorry. I might have to spend enough time in one of those. I don't want to go.
They are so ugly.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot go any off-roading. I've seen so many videos where they can't do nothing, like a Jeep can do or anything. They just fall apart. They can't pull anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. They're the ugliest things, and they're junk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen Mark Kelly sold his.
Yep.
Okay. Well, the problem with any bailout, it has to go through the Congress.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they do something illegal, of course. Will there be, Laura wants to know if there'll be any bailout for Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. Yep, Debbie says, well, they use glue. Yeah, the glue.
They
All
also start on fire. There was a major article written about it's burning to death in your Tesla. And it was about how many spontaneous fires, and because everything's electronic in the car, when the car starts to burn and your electrical system goes, you can't get out because you're locked in. There's nothing you can say about that car is going to make me think it's a good idea. And not even if it's powered by prayer.
No. I see GM is rolling out a lot of the new, they're expensive though. Some electrics, Yukons and Chevy Blazers and another car, but everyone's getting in the game. They're just a little bit later to it. Bailout.
I get no.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I think it's going to be talked about.
Oh, no, it's going to come to them. But they're not going to find anyone in the Congress that wants to do it.
So no.
No.
Bailout, tower, moon. So no, he's I think it's going to be talked about, but it's not going to happen. The chariot, cars, let's go. Page of swords, and 5 of coins. he's losing it. He's losing it with all this. He's losing money like crazy. And this is why I think it's going to be talked about. It's in the government. Queen of Cups, Queen of Coins, Hierophant. I think it's going to be talked about, but with the 5 of Coins and Tower in there, no. In the bottom, I do have more decisions, so I think it might be talked about, evaluate it, but it ain't going to fly. He's already got billions in contracts. And no one wants a Starlink anymore around the country, around the world. I guess you can be a Nazi.
That's right.
Bummer. Yeah, claims he bought one. Whatever.
He doesn't have a driver's license.
Yeah, I guess those rebates are still out there. Except Tesla. Haven't looked.
I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm not going to go buy an EV car.
Yeah, they're too pricey. Too pricey for me. You can get an awesome one in China for like $10,000, $15,000. Saw a video of someone driving a Cybertruck into a lake because Tesla claimed it could float. Oh my God, people are dumb.
Well, there was months before everybody was supposed to hate Elon and he wasn't being an idiot. Well, he was probably still an idiot. We just didn't know it yet. There was a thing where a guy was showing how it had a sensor so it would stop a trunk from coming down and crushing him. And it showed the guy about having his arm amputated by the Tesla. So.
Darbeck. I heard that Muskie has not been diagnosed with being on the spectrum by a doctor. He just supposed it. I believe that. When,
I don't have a medical degree and I can diagnose him. Thank you.
A car wash voids the warranty. Good Lord. Oh. I don't know. I don't really buy it. Drugs, yes. I don't buy the spectrum thing with him.
Everybody's on the spectrum.
I just laugh at people with Teslas now. It's like, whatever. I mean, not everyone bought them because of Elon, but
No, my
getting rid of
friend
it's not
give me
easy.
one. If someone gave me one, I probably would drive it.
I seen some people putting stickers on. I bought this before Elon turned crazy. Okay. How safe are the Social Security checks? Good, coming out on time, delays.
Mine come out 4 days later than they used to when Biden was in office. But that's all I can tell you. So the first month was a little iffy there for 3 days.
Wheezy says no Chinese car is awesome. They need to be scrapped after 4 to 5 years. Well, a $10,000 car for 4 years is a pretty good deal.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen videos though; they look like they're luxury cars for 15 grand, and what they can do.
What I got is they're going to try to scare us. They're going to claim they're making changes, but my cards say no change, no change, no change.
No change. That'd be good. Okay. Let's see what this deck has to say. So the overall energy I get is 4 of Cups crossing the Knight of Wands. So I would say there might be some delays to some people with the 4 of
Well,
Cups.
if you're new or if you're trying to get on Social Security, it's if I knew I was going to turn 65 in the next year, I'd start working on it now.
Yeah, I suppose. I've seen a story of this guy in Oregon, I think. Elon tried to claim, or his little buddies that got in there tried to claim that he was dead. So he was on a 2-month fight. He got ripped off right away. 2-month fight and try to prove he was actually alive. So he got something back, but it's still an ongoing fight. He tried calling for weeks, always put on hold, lost the call, finally went into the office and somehow skipped the line. He was there for 3-4 hours. They apologized because they're understaffed. Can't get everyone. But once they find out he got booted off, they worked as best they could, but they couldn't guarantee everything is going to get back to normal for him getting his checks.
Mm-hmm.
They got him back that he's alive, but it could cause disruptions within the system and whatnot. So as far as losing anything or anything like that, I think it's just a scare tactic, whatnot. It's gonna work, but because they're in the systems and whatnot, there could be some delays. 4 of Swords, Hierophant, and the Moon. So what these little clowns are doing in the system could cause some delays with that 4 of Swords. The outcome is the Star. Social Security is safe. King of Wands, there will be some better changes coming. Page of Wands and Knight of Swords. That tells me that eventually there's going to be some good changes.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be come writing in there to fix it properly. The Page of Wands is all about communications and what comes out. So I think eventually this nonsense will stop. But unfortunately, in the current process, there might be some delays with some people. Because I got those 2 4s. 4 of Swords, 4 of Cups.
Well, they stopped all of their education loan forgiveness processes. One of my kids has a seriously reduced amount on their notes because they work for a government institution, and they if you run the numbers, people work in these places get paid less. So she was doing money, and she went to check, because you always check in March on your next year's deal, and her note was going from under $100 to $771 a month.
Yeah, that could be, Mark. Eventually, they could update the system.
I want them to leave it in COBOL if Trump's going to send in his little mindless minions, because those kids can't do COBOL.
Yeah, it is very difficult. Kicking out people, they're already short-staffed. It's going to make it extremely difficult. No, I do not ever see it being privatized. I see it strengthened. It is scary right now, but I do not see it privatized. Oh, good morning, Terry.
Oh, the lady who said someone might have projected that in the back of the Tesla truck. No, I was the car immediately behind him, and I have nothing to project anything like that. I mean, I was shocked, and it takes a lot to shock me, but powered by prayer on a Tesla in far north Dallas, near Frisco, no.
Okay. We looked at that. Oh. Yeah, there was something else I wanted to look at. Similar, but okay. So what was passed was the 6-month CR, right?
Right. They said they could get it through the Senate, which took it out of the hands of the House to stop it, because there's no way the Republicans could get anything through the House.
Okay.
How do you want to word this? All 10? That's way too many people. I'll just do. You want to do Schumer and Fetterman?
I'm gonna do a full reading on the whole. Feeling of how them voting for it will be affecting them.
Okay.
I'm not gonna take it separately. I just want to look at the energy and the whole of their future.
Well, they did it to stabilize, which is what they said. Apparently, they were really afraid he was going to go into, chaos law. No, it's not the way the world's supposed to work. Yes, someone took something and they needed to polish up an idea. They don't have all of the workings on how this is going to come through worked out yet at all. But they were hoping, the people who voted to do this were hoping for the best and to give time for more stable minds to come in and take over. It doesn't say anything bad's going to happen to them. It says what their mental thing was at the time of doing it. But I don't know.
Okay.
It would have been a bad time to throw the country into that kind of chaos, but
yeah, true. I guess this morning on Twitter I seen something that even though Senator Whitehouse voted against it, he said actually in the long run that it's better the government's open rather than closed, where Elon and his minions could do worse damage.
Right.
Even though it was a bad deal, technically it was probably better the government stayed open rather than having it shut down and they could do whatever they wanted to.
Right.
So maybe that was their thinking. So let's see. In the past of the Democrats, okay, before they were all united, the hangman with the three of cups, the hangman and knight of wands.
Mm-hmm.
So united to surrender. Okay, they surrendered the energy. In the current situation about this, Eight of Swords, Knight of Swords, and Six of Cups. Okay, we got the restrictions. Restricted, a bit of bravery to do it, and then the Six of Cups. Returning to home, goodwill. They felt like they needed to. Something about the shutdown, Six of Cups, the shutdown before for 30 days under Trump, it was chaotic. So it feels like a little bit of bravery to do so. Moving forward, a Page of Wands, Two of Wands, and Nine of Swords. It does cause them some anxieties, sleepless nights kind of thing, about their future planning. It was a risk. Outcome. Page of Swords, little deceitful. Empress, Empress, abundance. Seven of Pentacles, consistent effort, and the Devil. So there is a downfall. Some will have a downfall from their choice here. Some will have a downfall.
Schumer's going to have a don't run again.
Yeah, some will just run again. Schumer shouldn't. We always felt AOC would challenge him. I think we ran on that like last year, and we're like, feels like AOC is going to make a jump in 26 to take on Schumer. But generally, it feels okay. The Page of Swords is like a message about business, so it's a business decision. The Empress keeps the government open and keeps abundance flowing. But it was a dishonest move of what the whole wanted to do. So there will be some repercussions. How old is Schumer? I think he's as old as Trump, isn't he?
He's older than dirt. That's all I know.
No one's got Grassley, though.
Yeah.
He created dirt.
He was there saying, ought to be brown.
I think he's one of the first settlers, wasn't he? I cannot believe that man is still in government. It's unbelievable.
Well, and I guess Walz was in Nebraska yesterday. He's supposed to be in Iowa this week doing all the town halls that the Republicans aren't doing.
Let's look at that again. I want to do an energy reading about the CR passing. Do we have anything to worry about it?
Okay.
Oh, Grassley's like 95, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Carrie said he's at least 90. No, he's in his mid-90s. Okay, do we have anything to worry about with that CR passing?
Nonsense. There was a lot of stuff they wanted to cut that they can't cut.
Oh, Chuck Schumer's only 74? Oh, I thought he was pushing 80.
Oh, my God. He's younger than me. Oh, no.
I thought he was older. All right.
Oh, no. It's tough living in a big city like New York.
Okay, do we have anything to worry about with this CR passing? Will it cause any damage?
It's going to give us time to get other people in the boat about what's going on around us. And it's going to get a chance for more Republicans to have their constituents get a hold of them and tell them to walk away. They're going to be building new alliances with people on how the government should be run. So, no, I don't think it's a reason to have worried. What you get?
I don't see it being bad.
No.
It does save us billions of dollars and not shutting down. So I got the King of Cups, the man of abundance, 9 of coins, keeps money flowing and more consistent.
Mm-hmm.
But then I get the 5 of Cups with it. So I think there's just that feeling of loss and separation, of not being part of what majority of Democrats wanted. 3 of Wands, looking outward. 7 of Coins, continual effort. But by keeping it open, it restricted something. That I got that 8 of Swords again. So something was restricted from happening. So it feels like it's a better thing to keep the government open here.
Mm-hmm.
Last time with the 8 of Swords, they were restricting some kind of bad thing from happening. And then Ace of Pentacles is more prosperity. The Page of Coins, better way to move forward. And then 8 of Coins, continual progress. So to me, it feels like by keeping it open, we can expose more of Elon's bad dealings and things move in a better direction rather than shutting it down. It feels like there could have been more chaos if we shut down. I just pulled 3 more cards. If we had a shutdown, it would have been high anxiety with the Knight of Swords, Page of Swords. It could have been more chaotic within. And then we got a Death card. So these 3 are pretty bad if we shut down. So in the end, I think it's a better thing. That's what these are saying.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think. I think it's giving us more time for people to see the rapid decline that Trump's bringing and to bring changes to go against that. So.
John Ossoff win and keep his seat. He's not up.
He's not on the ballot, Deanne.
He's not. It's not till November of 26 when Ossoff is challenged, or so I'm not sure. April is the 2
House seats
the House seats in Florida. So I think you got the wrong name or something. I don't know what's going on in Georgia. Yeah, Vicky, it was a choice between bad or worse. I think the choice was better made to keep the government open. That's what we were feeling here. Yeah, China isn't good.
China's in almost a position it can't recover from, because its one-child policy was a disaster, and it led to a real distortion in their community. So they don't have enough women to have babies to replenish. They don't have worker bees, and they have an aging population.
You are correct, Vicky. The messaging would have been better rather than flipping.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least they tried to get a 1 month. Better than completely caving. 129. We're already there.
We're there.
Let's bring some inspiration out.
Oh,
I gotta grab these. I haven't played with these 2 oracles for a while. The Star Seed and my Alien
Ah.
This alien one. This one. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
This alien deck. Let's see what these two have to say. 2 cards from here. Oh. You're getting rebirth cards here. So Starseed. We are the Hathors. Deep love, mother's milk, and the birth.
Oh dear.
So I think we're in a birthing stage. And then the 7 sisters, birthing creations, the tapestry of life and expression. So these are like rebirthing. I get the sense that these are like
We are in a new birth. We are in the birth of a new age.
These are like people that are protesting the universe coming out to show goodness and rebirth and a new change. That feels pretty good. Let's see what this. And it has nothing to do with forcing women. It's about the motherly love and the rebirthing state.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Even this one has something to do with rebirthing. Infinity, eternal, past lives. And then the beauty in nature. So I think it has everything to do with staying focused and staying in the rebirthing stage, the thought of wanting better, the thought of wanting change. I think that's the message.
Yeah, winter solstice is next. Summer solstice is next week on the 20th of March. What I pulled is don't settle for less. See, it says don't settle for less. Opportunities beyond your wildest dreams await you, but only if you allow them to happen and to manifest. The first step in doing so is believing that that's possible. What does the divine have in store for you can be pure joy expressed in the evolution of your soul. It's important now to get clarity on what you really want. What do you truly desire when you set aside familial pressures, cultural expectations, or anything that influences that tells you what you should be or should want? You may benefit from advice from others, but don't let others dictate your choices. Where am I? Time has no meaning, so I can be at any point, past, present, or future. You have all those dreams for yourself. Move forward. So once you get birthed and you've got a body, you can move forward.
Hopefully, but it takes a little TLC on the way.
Oh, yeah.
We need a little more TLC in this planet.
Yeah. Tomorrow at 10 in the morning, Barry and I are going to be discussing gaslighting and the ego.
Who are you going to be with? Terry?
Terry from Holding Your Space.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. It's a spiritual one, guys. We don't talk politics. She was in the chat. I don't know if she's still around. And
happy Sunday fun day. Bye, Linda.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Jean. Blessings. We try our best and have faith.
Mm-hmm. And if you live in a state that has one of these weird out-of-season elections, make sure you pay attention and find out what you need to know so you can vote.
Vote. Be informed.
Mhm.
And
Don't focus on today's crazies. Today's what's going on today. None of it lasts more than 24 hours. And do what you can do to be kind to others and to help people get along.
That's all we can do. Because the courts are holding.
Mm-hmm.
It's every day is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, every day is nuts. So
It's kind of like when we think about, oh, what are we going to read on? It's like everything's crazy and everything changes. It's like what to read on, what to think about. So just stay in the light, and it's like just do a face palm, and it's like that won't hold. Hugs for everyone. Have a great day. Bye.